Hey there. So here we are in Austin, Texas, and we're getting ready to take the camper on another long road trip. And like I said in the post, that there is a great benefit to just taking a few minutes to stretch before you start driving, especially for long drives. So you can use this video 5 minutes before you start getting in the car. Kids are in, they're buckled. Wife is in and say like, I need a minute, and then just go and do this. So to stand feet shoulder width apart, and inhale, raising both hands up over your head, taking a deep breath, and then exhale and fold over at the waist into a forward fold. Just try and let your arms hang down heavy, shake out your head loose so your head is hanging down heavy, but you're trying to keep your legs locked and straight. Take in like 5 long, slow, deep breaths where you inhale, and then long exhale, and as you exhale, you kind of let your upper body become just a little bit heavier. Once you're all done with your 5 breaths, you're going to bend at the knees and then curl one vertebrae at a time all the way up to standing. Again, inhale, raising both hands up over your head. Exhale, hands down by your side. So that's like a basic forward fold, stretches out your lower back and your hamstrings, these muscles back here. While we're in that vein, we're going to do a split stance. So stepping your right foot back, squaring off your hips to the front of the world. Inhale, raising both hands up over your head. And then exhale, keeping your back as straight as you can, reaching forward like you're kind of trying to grab onto something in front of you until you go all the way down and release. You can let your hands rest on your shin or your thigh, but just try and let your head hang down as low as you can. Again, inhaling deeply and exhaling completely. We can hold this one for about 3 to 5 breaths. And then using the support of your leg, push to straighten out your back. And then once your back is straight, you can hinge up from the waist, bringing both hands up over your head. Then again, exhale, hands down by your sides. Do the same thing facing the other direction. With your right foot forwards, whoa. Squaring off your hips. Inhale, raising both hands up. And then exhale, reaching forward, keeping your back as straight as you can. And then once you're like, okay, I'm feeling this great stretch and your back can't stay straight, you curl over the spine and come all the way down to let your hands rest on your leg, or if they can touch the floor, that's great too. And taking in those long, deep breaths and big exhales, just letting your body become as heavy as can be. Once you're done with those, again, using the support of your leg to straighten out along your spine, and keeping your core strong to come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands down by your sides. So this front part of your leg is called your quad, also known as your thigh, but like if you're talking to a doctor, they call it your quad. So we're going to do a quad and hip flexor stretch. Your hip flexor is all the way up in here, and when you're driving for long periods, this muscle gets really short. So lots of times when you get out and you're like, oi, my back hurts, it's because this is so tight that it's actually pulling your pelvis forwards. So you can use your anything for support if you need it or not, and catch a foot in a hand. So I'm doing my left foot first, foot is in my left hand, I'm kind of cradling the outside of my ankle there. In this position, we stretch the lower part of your quad. But once you pull your knee back behind you and kind of bring your hip forwards, we start to really focus on that stretch in your hip flexor. So again, inhaling deeply, exhale completely. And as you exhale, you kind of tuck your belly button into your spine to keep this area kind of awake and secure. Again, we hold this for about 3 to 5 breaths. Go at your own pace. After you do this a few times, you'll kind of figure out how long each stretch is good for you. When you're done, you release, come out, and switch sides. And I'm going to do my right foot. So I go back and just kind of catch it. Use the whatever for support, camper, car, flagpole. And we start off stretching the front part, kind of lower down by your knee. And then to bring the stretch up into your hip flexor, bring your knee back behind you. And then take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you tighten up your core. So again, you should be feeling the stretch right here in your hip and the very top part of your thigh. After you finish your 3 to 5 breaths, you're like, great, good for me. You can release and come out of that. We're gonna do one more stretch for your lats, these big muscles under here, under your arms. You're gonna take a really wide, like cowboy stance with your feet. Inhale, raising both hands up, and then drop one hand down by the side, doesn't matter which hand, and then slide that hand down. And the top arm is reaching over as far as you can. You can already start to feel that stretch all the way down here across your ribs and down into the side part of your hip. Again, hold for about 3 to 5 breaths. And exhale, come on back up, bring both hands to the sky, switching sides, sliding your other hand down your leg, rolling that top arm over and kind of rolling your shoulder blade back. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. After your 3 breaths, come on back up, and you're done. So again, this is like a really good, that was 5 minutes, 5-minute stretch to kind of keep your hips, hamstrings loose and open. Hit the subscribe button on my YouTube page. We're going to keep doing lots of these types of videos. We're going to do more workouts, exercises, things like that. If you like it, if you have any questions, leave a comment, or you can email me directly through nolanfit.com. Happy trails, hit the road, continue having fun, and always be awesome.